Cringe culture and rage baiting culture is so prominent and so obvious nowadays. A lot of us thought it died out. Well, I think it actually never died out. It more so reduced. It more so went undercover. It went low key a little bit, but I believe it has always been around. It just wasn't prominent and as obvious as nowadays. You see that things bother you for no reason, or things that other people have done to bother others as well for no reason, and it's cringy. Things like saying the wrong things, saying the stupidest things, saying the most captain obvious things, and then it's cringe and rage baiting. And then it stirs up some emotions in people, not gonna lie, it stirred up some emotions within myself as well. And it's like, duh, it's so obvious, and why would you say that? Why would you do those things? And then in situations, dire events, where it's a fight or flight, do or die kind of thing, and then simple logic for some reason goes out the window. Simple cognitive things, basic, your cognitive abilities and capabilities suddenly are absent, suddenly just vanished into thin air. And then you want to act like in distress, like damsels in distress, and oh no, I don't know what to do. What should I do? Somebody come and save me. Cringe as heck. Rage baiting as heck. And it's frankly quite stupid. Brain rot right there, especially on social medias. You see a lot of all those unnecessary stuff, most of which are dancing, a lot of dances and all that, and then a lot of games nowadays, online games, and then they say it's fake, it's not like it's exactly what you see on the ads, if it's like this and you download it, it'll be exactly like that, no lies. And I'll be honest also, suffice it to say, I've fallen for it a bunch of times, and after that I'm done. The next time I see it, I'm just like, get out of here, stupid ads. And then the games, I say, no ads, no ads, no ads. There's no advertisements in these games. You don't have to pay to remove the ads. No, lies. It's lies. It's just cringe and rage bait that they want to draw you into and make you fall for it for their manipulations and lies and deceptions and deceit. That's what they want to do. Even if they know that most people won't fall for it, but they just try their luck. Like a roulette at the casino, Russian roulette. Just try. Someone else somewhere would eventually fall for it, and we can garner the attention and all that, the algorithm and whatnot, what have you, so on and so forth. It's really old, it's cheap shot, and I don't even know what is to become of this existence and this planet and humanity, life. That's why I'm also one of the reasons why I'm losing grip on reality also, the video that I made, the first video on this channel. Just losing grip, It's like existing on another plane, another realm in existence. It's like you're here but you're not here. 50% here, 50% in another existence. And they don't match, And I believe a lot of neurodivergence and creative people, artistic people, autistic and artistic people are like that. Or just unique, special types of people are like that. That's why they can concoct and they can create magic out of this world, otherworldly, It's amazing. And I've created some myself, because I'm one of them. Because I've always been different, I always stood out. Tried to fit in, couldn't. Tried to blend in, couldn't. For some reason or another, I always stand out. You there, come out. Something's off about you, something's about you. Me? Yes. Why me? Just because. Just cause. Sometimes there's an explanation, most of the time there isn't. I just stand out. I can't even blend in to save myself, literally. That's why, a lot of us in this congregation are alone. But I'm not really alone, am I? Because there are people like me out there. Yeah, that's the sad reason. They're out there. They're in different countries, continents, archipelagos, peninsulas, countries, lands, acres, square miles, whatever, island. I've already said continent. Demographics, what have you, etc., etc. Territory, areas, those things. And then some of the contents that I watch, right, the YouTubers, they are like still kind of lucky because they are still in the same country, or they're in another country which is relatively close by. They can pretty much drive, and then they can meet up whenever they want, or if they ever do. Unlike me, which is in a completely different continent and country altogether. And the fact that I'm broke really ruins and dwindles my chances of trying to congregate with them, in real life and in real time and in real place, real location. I kind of went off on a tangent, so go back to Cringe and ragebait. It just boils your blood sometimes, right? Simplicity that should have taken place in a certain scenario, situation, and then somehow it just isn't there. And then they do all these things and all that, and it's cringe because for some reason they know that some of their audience, I guess target audience, is so into cringe, so into ragebait, and a lot of them are obviously brain rotted. Brain rot is prominent as well. Cringe, ragebait, and brain rot prominent as fuck. Now let's speak about brain rot. All these pointless content that they ingest and consume that barely does anything. It's all about drama. Yes, that is one of the most obvious and prominent factors about brain rot is drama. And then another one is pointlessness. Just cause, do it just cause. But pretty much those three things go hand in hand. Cringe, ragebait, brain rot. It's like a sequence, it's sequential. It's like a formula, the chemistry formula. They chemistry together. You got the H2O plus, or maybe the hydrogen, H2 minus, no, H plus, if I do recall correctly, and then you got the sulfide ion, the S04 2 minus, then you get H2S04, aka sulfuric acid, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Yeah, chemistry. Breaking Bad. And then it affects society. That's why you see the times we live in nowadays is so fucked. I'm in utter shock. Shell-shocked, PTSD, disbelief, distaste, displeasure, disdain. A little out of touch with reality because of how stupid it is. And I don't want to lose my brain cells, I'm sure a lot of you here don't want to lose your brain cells. You want to keep our brain cells in intelligence and wisdom and IQ and EQ. And like most out there, they are just there for the drama, for the heck of it, And then they want to rub it onto others, and then they stumble upon others that are not like that, and then they start to hate. You see how it ruins society? And I'm not really a conservative or anything, even though I sound like it, no. I like freedom and independence, but then too much of it can be bad also. Now I see it. How we should have a healthy freedom and all that, Simple things that make sense, logical things in the name and sense and the terminology of freedom should be allowed and should be permitted, should be permissioned. But freedom and these things where it ruins society and people, and then they want to smear it onto smear campaign, smear it onto society and other people, and then they stumble upon people that are not the same as them or similar and whatnot, completely different, blah blah blah. Or they see themselves that they don't want to face in that person, and then they start to hate, which is most likely the reason why is because they don't want to face their own demons and all that, or who they are meant to be or who they should be instead of this current character that they are, and they start to hate. And one of them is me, one of them is me, where people see themselves that they don't want to see in me, so I get a lot of looks and flack and a lot of rejection and dejection. As a wise fellow BP person once said, rejected and dejected. As yeah, I respect him highly. I call him a wise, not to be ageist or anything. I'm just saying, figure of speech. But yeah, he used to say rejected and dejected, exactly. I miss that guy. But YouTube and trolls and stupidity and retardation removed him, took his channel down, and then now he's gone. Not gone as in no more on this earth, I mean no more on YouTube. Hopefully I can find him again. But if not, it's okay. I'll keep him in my no DD or anything. I'll keep him in my mind, my heart, in my blessings and prayers, I guess. Even though I'm not religious, but just kind of wishful and all that. Just figure of speech, I'll keep him in my memories. You'll always be remembered, fellow BP person. Yeah, one of the legends as well. So yeah, Cringe, ragebait, brainrot. I think I pretty much said all of it, all that I needed to say. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out, or whatever the lyrics is. It's a song, by the way. I don't remember who sang it, but it's kind of nice. It kind of sounds like Katy Perry's Roar. But try and stay away, abstain yourself, refrain yourself from looking at all those brainrot stuff, cringe and ragebait. Stay away. It's pointless and non-beneficial, obviously. And don't care if people look at you in a certain light, in a certain way. Fuck them. We are just a bunch of neurodivergent people, and we see how life actually is, and it's stupid, it's rigged, it's illogical and leads nowhere. In fact, it leads somewhere, but backwards. It leads to a backwards progression, aka regression, if that's the right word. I thought we are supposed to head forward, right? Advance. No, we are devancing, if that's a word. Or de-advancing. So just go towards healthiness, positivity as best as you can, even though life sucks and it's difficult. When the going gets tough, the tough keep going, even though other factors and other scenarios, nope, it's just pointless, right? But as of right now, try and make your situation tolerable and handleable and a little comfortable, but that's all I gotta say. Dos Vitania.